So Altered is a game that has existed for a while, and so this is a story I had heard like last week, kind of like earlier this week, about the state of Altered, and that they moved to just crowdfunding their sets. Um, so they kind of this update and kind of comes here. So all these important steps have fixed costs, currently budgeted at £2.5 million in sales per set. This figure is very concrete amount. The total required to fund a complete new set plus the operation of our ecosystem without cutting team quality or ambitions of the game. This amount includes digital development, because I think there's a digital version of Altered, production, localization of set, logistics and delivery, organized play and events, and finally marketing efforts aimed to craft the campaign and grow the community. Where does it come from game fans and retailers? We recognize that this is a crucial piece of my throat got dry. I'm sorry. We recognize that a crucial piece of information was missing from our initial update. The 2.5 million financial targets is not solely based on GameFound contributions. The total required funding is calculated as follows: GameFound campaign and local game store pre-orders. However, currently the players only see the GameFound total, which offers an incomplete picture of the overall progress. We will not have the final figures for LGS pre-orders until November 10th, which is the deadline for shops to finalize their orders, being our dedicated retailer platform. So they kind of talk about, why did you set the goal on GameFound to be 50K? Because that was the first goal for thing. Because what they, I think I said this right, but like their whole thing is like, well, we're now going to start moving to crowdfunding new sets of Altered, because what has basically just been happening is that stores are kind of just not really supporting the game, or so there's just not a lot of there's not a lot of support. And well, I can kind of understand. It's like, dog, I didn't know this game really existed. No one's really been pushing it in my area, and there's been so much other card games. There was a let me find the channel. I forgot what channel it was. But it's like it's a channel that did talk about Altered.
Like, I feel like the problem with like kickstarting card games in general, like, you can only do it for the first set. I feel like, like, all right, yeah. we have we were able to fund your way out the door. Please tell us you have a plan for longevity somewhere in here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The channel was called Billy Quick. They're a Altered TCG content creator, and it kind of ends with he said she dropped a video 2 days ago called I didn't buy Altered's next set, which that kind of says something. If a content creator's like, yeah, I didn't buy your set, and so far he's the only content creator I knew. So I think we have this. So they hit like 17,000% of the 550K goal, but they only got like 800K. So let's go to thank you, see the campaign results. So okay, so the GameFound actually got 800K, and the retailers got 1,004. So they just barely missed the full 2.5 million they need.
Oh no!
Actually, I think. No, wait, I'm doing the math wrong. Yeah, they did actually hit the goal just barely. But the clear pressure where we're at. This campaign is filled with emotion, excitement, surprise, and yes, sometimes doubt. It's cheap. We navigate this new model alongside you, and we'll always try to do do our best, but we're not entirely sure we can get there. Despite felt the need to give you the scale at which the game can function properly, especially with a model to which you contribute directly. Incredible achievement, so our backers, you know, you're proud of the party playing result. While we haven't reached the objective of 2.5 million mentioned initially, we're not that far from our goal with some adjustments on our part, which includes reviewing some budgets and determining new production processes. We believe we can cover that difference. It's a task we are tackling now, along with applying lessons we've learned to make six a better campaign experience. So they've unlocked box toppers, promo boosters, unique box topper, which includes the box topper, free shipping for orders of $549 or more. Also the plays manager, unique digital packs. I need. Ooh. I don't know, but email for 2 weeks to operate meeting cards to be treated by in December. I need to like actually look up. I haven't actually done like genuine like look at like altered like systems, so I don't know what they mean by holding. So we'll take the next 2 weeks to review all orders and process back payments. Note that you have 14 days starting today to make sure that everything is in order, changing your credit card if needed, or contacting your bank in case of failure and authorize the transaction. Once payments processed, we'll open the Play Entry Manager. You'll find your address details, pay for or shipping fees. Yeah, so they just barely missed it, but it's like, yeah, no, we just have to kind of alter our
Rebalance.
budget.
Yeah.
So you know, obviously when this happened, it was like, first top thing, this is an unbelievably boneheaded approach to the raise they've taken. A single goal listed of 50K, which is 100,000 funded, that's clearly made people feel complacent about the future of the game. And 3 days before the campaign ends, you announce you need 2 million more or the game will shut down. Who are operating their comms? They need to be extended there like it's some sort of miracle. Especially when they said they're waiting on a bunch of last day orders from LGSs. Nah, so I have to imagine this will only scare away many small game stores that cannot afford to take such a financial risk to back a game that is so close to the brink of collapse. Like that is definitely like a big red flag. It's like, yeah, actually, guys, we kind of lied. We need 202 million in 3 days. What?
Like, yeah, no, I love this business model, right? It's like, guys, I hope you enjoyed your cards. Now, we need you all to help us survive again.
But you hit
Every set
1,000.
in perpetuity.
But then would you hit but you hit the but you hit the 50K, like you did it 1,000 over. What's wrong? Well, we
I mean, that's the
lied.
next 10 sets, right?
It's like, no, actually, this is for this set only, and we actually need 2.5 million. But because we're waiting for the stores, and it's like, which is so crazy because it then also implies that yeah, they hit the goal on the players' end, but it also means that like the goal was looking probably very dire on the shop end. So it was like, okay, we might actually have to just say, hey, can you give us more? Let's be up. Like, I didn't say like they weren't upfront with what was going on.
Right. Like, I don't know. I'm this is my problem with Kickstarter card game. But any like crowdfunding based like live service game. I'll call it TCG's live service game, whatever, right? It's like, what do you mean you require a constant telethon and you have no like sustainable business model? That's what that tells me, right? Like I'm kind of kickstarting a product. I'm kickstarting it, not hey, we need to pour more gas in the tank every few miles. Like, come on now, right? So yeah, I'll buy a box or a case or whatever when the next set comes out, but I'm not trying to fund the creation of a set every time. It's too much pressure on the consumer, and you're kind of just draining the whales endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And even for like source, right? It's like, oh yeah, oh, you mean the next product you're going to be carrying? We will only know about it after you have finished surviving. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah, we're dropping the game. It's kind of dumb. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, it really is like it definitely is a. They definitely want to keep the game. They want to continue the game, but it's very much like, dog. If you're in that dire of a situation where like every set is where you were like, we didn't need this, but now it's like every set is now do or die. That's not healthy for a card game.
No.
Like, what are we doing?
Like imagine like Woods of the Coast one day. It's like, all right, guys, we understand the situation. Things have been pretty bad. However, we can fund the next standard set if we sell 500,000 secret layers in the next 3 months.
Yeah, it's
Like
like,
I would just let Magic die.
yeah, because it's like, how the heck you end up in that? Like, how'd you even end up in that space anyway, where you need that much money?
Like just say the game's not doing well, right?
Yeah, it's like I don't think the same. I don't know. I think like yeah, the games. I think just the answer is yeah. The game's not being as big as it could be, but it is crazy to just be like, yeah, we were kind of lying, or kind of we were lying this and then announcing it this late in the game because it means like you in because it is like you implied that like the pre-orders were going to be like the cover up because like if they again it's like they broke over a almost they hit like over 2,000 of the goal, right?
Right.
and and it's like to come in like 3 days before the goal and to say like, okay, actually we were lying the whole time, we actually need uh 2.5 million. But why did you wait? Like that's not a good like PR for that's not a good PR for your company to be like, listen, here's what we really need.
Oh god, it's an NFT card game. I've suddenly stopped caring about this.
What do you wait, what? Hold on.
I know, I'm just like reading this like thing. Someone's like, "Oh, you see, our cards have real utility. Every card has a QR link for confirmed digital ownership of that card."
Okay,
I'm good.
print on demand. So yeah, you can actually like print your cards from like your digital packs. Oh god, there's no way. I don't think I've seen all the cards in real life, but do they actually all have QR codes on them? They actually all have card QR cards on them,
Uh-huh.
but oh boy, oh
And they have end cards can have unique, slightly altered variants because it's called altered, which means yeah, it's NFTs. Oh, you pulled a slightly different variant of this card with changed numbers. It's now yours exclusively. I'm good.
that's a clip.
Yeah,
So
I'll also need a link to it. To
yeah,
their fun, unique card system.
all right. I like I don't want to be like slamming on a game because like very much like every game has fans. Obviously, there's fans that are like, yeah, we'll get you this much money to get the game. All right, let's read this here. More details on Altered. Because this is kind of funny because like we're kind of like learning about the game this whole time. Like this is a game that has existed for a while. I've seen this at my locals, but I never actually like went into it. Fun.
Right, same.
So at the core of the concept of unique cards is the element surprise and renewal. Renewal alter response to the TCG scene. If you played a TCG before, you know that the sense of discovery from the early days became lost as we entered the information age. Knowing which cards were available and which were played in what decks became mundane. This is to be expected after all. Players seek to use this information to fine tune their strategy, to exert control over the game, and ultimately be better at it. Game design can be seen as a race between players and game designers. The former try to optimize and exhaust everything that the game has to offer, while the latter are all about making it a never-ending quest. For many, once the game is solved, gameplay can start to become stale. Tic-tac-toe is only fun as long as something remains to be discovered. Playing and sharing information about a game innately contribute to solving it, slowly but surely. Wait, playing and sharing information about a game innately to contribute to solving it innately contribute to solving it? Or am I reading that right? Or no, let me move on. Sorry.
I think
So
you're reading
sure.
it right.
And at each step of the process, various aspects of the game can get solved. TG's present may differ sub may TG's present. Ooh. Okay, yeah, it's getting late. TCGs present many different sub games, as I would call them, that players may partake in outside of playing the game itself. Let's focus on discovering cards and deck building, being the aspects most at risk of being solved quickly with information. I think that's it. The obvious answer TCGs give is to keep things fresh with new releases every few months. Nowadays, getting a show preview set weeks before its release has become the norm, and top performing deck lists are at your disposal to replicate mere days after. While some players don't mind this and do enjoy it, we want to set Altered apart by finding a way to deal with this information hegemony, and have players engage a little longer into the sub games we care about. So, a unique solution. From the beginning, we identified that one of the key aspects to work on was the fact that for nearly 30 years now, opening booster pack offered a strong sensation with the first few packs, but quickly lost its emotional impact afterwards. At the same time, the very fact that the entire content of an edition is known in advance also contributes to this phenomenon. The initial pitch for Altered was we have too many different versions for every card. Think between 100 and 1,000 each. Since we're going to rely on some automation to generate them anyway, coupled with modern printing technology to customize millions of cards each with a unique QR code, we thought why not take it up a notch. Unique cards will truly encapsulate the concept of surprise, of a never-ending quest of discovery where no one could claim to have seen it all, not even me, and where two decks can never be exactly the same. So let's see. Wait a second. 2. This concept did not without challenges. The first constructor was create a game that, while remaining accessible, could still accommodate cards with enough knowledge built in, tweaked almost in other ways. The second was, of course, build a system to generate them. This deal, and I'll make some small start with generation process. A first tool generator starts by spitting out millions upon millions of cards semi-randomly derived from each character's base characteristics with little boundaries. At this point, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Am I reading this right? So
We simply made a computer build change the cards for us.
they have a card generator based on the basic traits of the cards, then have a filter algorithm which rates the system to be like whether or not it's a good or bad or good design.
Uh-huh.
Yes, patch preserved. There's three zeros. And then just modify them based on that. Like I'm looking at the sheet, it's like yes, same card, but it's like 18,000. Yeah. Oh no.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like I'm sorry. I stopped reading like past
I
certain
think it
things because
finally started hitting, huh?
yeah, it just hit me. I'm like, wait, this can't be for every card, right? Like I'm sure this is not for every card in your game. Like like they're printed, they're diversity split. Yeah. Uh
Hopefully it's not every card.
yeah, I'm just like, because I'm just like, it's, but it's like you look at something like this up here, and it's like, because I just see the cards. Like, let me go to the cards here, right? And like, just a lot of cards that just don't have art. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Remember when I'm looking at the website right now? Do you remember when V
Uh-huh.
Card had those god arts where if
Yeah, and
like
you can
someone
like
had
buy and
sent
sell
it
them
to?
on off the main page, yeah.
Are you looking at this?
Uh-huh. Wait, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the cards. I went to Seeds of Unity, the new
Oh
set.
yeah.
Oh, let's go Skybound Odyssey.
So I'm looking at one of these. So I'm looking at the previous, yes, Sky Piracy. I just filtered by unique. And I'm seeing 28 pages for a single card. One card with 28 pages of variations.
Oh, yeah. I put this. I put this respectfully. I can see why stores were not stocking this game. Stop kind of hard stocking this game.
Like, what do you do here, right?
Look. This is obviously like trying to find a way to innovate so that you can kind of keep the uniqueness of the game and like opening packs and just like kind of like trying to
There's
change
gotta
it.
be a better way.
But this is information. Here's the problem: it creates information overload. If I'm playing into a say a competitive game, like because I don't know if Altered has like competitive scene as competitive tournaments. We just
Right.
saw in like previous discussions. If I'm playing in a tournament and I'm playing against my opponent and they pull off uh catch of the day, I have to figure out which version of catch of the day they're playing.
Right.
Then controller plays those hand. And then I also have to think of, okay, because now I'm even more confused because I'm playing catch of the day, but I'm playing catch of the day in green or red. And now I have to think about, wait, now I'm actually, because like if it's, I don't know how Alter works, right, with deck building, but if they're running like a red green deck and they're playing catch of the day, I'm now confused about what my opponent is playing. It's like, okay, they're playing green, okay, that's cool, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh, they're actually playing red because then they have a version of catch of the day that is red, and it costs differently. So I'm like, I'm playing right. It's like I'm playing. Understand that there's like this 3/5 catch of the day, and then I get caught by a 2/4 red or a 2/4 green in a different color. I'm like, wait, hold on. I thought I played perfectly, only for my opponent to then play the same card but with a different stat total in a different color. And if there's a specific color, I'm like, okay, so I just look, so I get clapped by this card because my opponent just has it. And it's like the idea like I can never actually like determine which version of the card is good. Like that's not good. Like this is just trying hard to really reinvent the wheel.
Uh-huh. Like I'm looking on this like deck builder website, database or whatever. And I totally look and like I'm the first deck I look at, right? I'll pull up on my stream. Almost every card they have here has two different effects.
Let me go to your
See if I can pull it up. Community decks. Like they have a base variant and a unique version for like every single creature.
yeah. I'm looking at the board right now. What the heck is this, dog?
Right? And it seems like a lot of the uniques are just straight up better than the base version.
Not to mention the alternate art,
Right.
which is cool, but it's like, yeah, that
Like that seems messy. Is I guess the best way to put it, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt, it's very, it's supposed to be like extremely messy in that regard. It's like, I just be like, just very weird. And they want to like have it like you can also then they also have a print of the demand That's where it's like, oh, you got a card for the marketplace, or you need the multiple decks. You can actually just print the card in standard foil and just get it.
Like, I mean, you could tell this is a card game that was like made in 2024.
Let's look at the event. Let's see, are there any like events? Okay, there's a few events that are just kind of like standard. There's one that got canceled. Right. Look, they've got events. It's not like, oh, people don't want to,
Right.
play them. Just everything's just, obviously, again, it's like, I think that's the weirdest thing about this game is like, there are people who want to play this game.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I'm sure that there are people who really enjoy this game and really are enjoying it. Like, yeah, no, this is my game. But it's so, yeah, goal reached in 8 minutes and 57 seconds. Yeah, they sped ran that 50K and then kept going. It's just like the leadership feel it the leadership going, oh no, we actually need like 20 times this, like 200 times this actually. I don't remember the exact math of it, but it's like we actually need that instead. It's like, what?
It's like, huh?
Like, dog, I'm sorry, did you forget that the global economy is getting cooked?
Right.
How are you in a position where you need this much? Obviously, you want to make sure you don't fire people. That's obviously the point, but still very just kind of wow. I don't know about this one, G. Uh, yeah, like that's so funny that the one top is a 2.5 million or the game is in danger, and the top comment is this is a bone is basically like flaming him. It's like, what were you doing, dog?
Right.
It's like, oh, the small batch of went back, still got stock. Means one booster box of each set, 2 sets of starter decks, some bits of game unique. About 70% is still there. Compared to my Pokemon sales, where over 50K stuff is paid off for itself the first hour being open, nobody in the right mind would game on altered. Like everyone's just confused. Like, it's symbolic idea. It's like,
so what do you mean you need this much money to sell a float?
yeah, it's so questionable. It's like, why did you?
What happened to the rest of the money?
Yeah, and like what has been going on behind the scenes. Let me go back to the
Like, you're asking for that much out of nowhere for a card game on Kickstarter. I'm sorry, I need an audit.
No, not only that, you're asking for that for every set going forward.
Yeah, no, we need an independent audit. I'm sorry.
Let me find the. Yeah, it was actually here. Like, let's go back and look at what their team is. A team of 25 people, published in 5 languages and distributed in more than 50 countries. A complex digital environment, which is website, app, BGA, unique cards, server maintenance. Production teams, balancing teams, logistical partners, illustrating artists, organized play, international conventions, regional and world championships, marketing activities, etc. 25 people of a team, counting the published 5 languages. I can imagine that's not really that cheap. 5 languages,
Right.
more than 50 countries, not really that cheap. Combined with the website, the altered app. I don't know what the BGA is.
Like, here's my question though, right?
I
If the team is 25 people, like, what are they counting? And like, are they counting production and balancing and whatnot as part of that, or like, I want numbers.
Yeah, that is a good question, right? especially since you have a print to demand system.
Right. Like
Like
you're paying every single employee like what we're looking at like a basic breakdown before you do everything else. 100,000 euros per set.
yeah, like
Like I'm sorry. I'm gonna need some more information.
like and it's like, okay, 6 figures for a card game set? No, that's not true. Like I'd say they're probably getting 50K
Right.
at best. Because then it's like, oh, like 50K, 75K at best. At absolute best, 75K. Because obviously not, I don't think everyone's getting paid the exact same money. Right?
Oh, of course not. No.
There's obviously that alternate stipulation, no pun intended. Yeah,
Yeah, so
there's
like
no.
how many people exactly are on staff and being paid here?
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think, obviously, like, because you also then again, website has to be updated, app has to be updated, where this BGA is, server maintenance. Obviously, you need to pay to make sure you have somebody who can get in there and fix the website if something goes wrong. And then I think really probably where some of that cost is coming is the unique card system. Because it is like you are like, is it right to kind of say like you're kind of running it through like an AI or like an algorithm?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like,
These are technically AI generated card text. Uh-huh.
you know, uh,
Yep.
obviously, and then you have to also then go into a second thing to then.
Right. And then there's a third round of independent, like, pen done like, oh, this is not good. Feedback to the system.
Yeah,
Like if you really want to do this and like cut the middleman costs, right? Just go nuts. Just just run it once and just put whatever's in there out into the market.
I mean, I just think the unique idea, wow, it probably is like an interesting idea, it just doesn't work because now it's like, man, I now have to kind of like hope that my opponent is playing this particular variant of a card and not the card itself.
Right.
Like I understand like there are other games that do it. They're like they have like, oh, here's like there's like 3 different tall geeses in like 2 or 3 different tall geeses in Gundam, right?
Right.
But like you can
I feel
understand.
like imagine playing like One Piece or Dragon Ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
If someone just slaps down a Luffy and you're like, all right, it's just gonna be set one Luffy, set two Luffy, set three Luffy, all of like set whatever. It's like, all right, now which of the hundreds of possible set three Luffy variants am I dealing with here? Because now we're looking at hundreds of thousands of possible Luffy cards
Yeah, it's just
that
like
they have to know about for an event.
it's just it over like an overload of information that like the human brain just does not want to perceive, especially if you want to play other card games. That
Right.
it's like it's too much. Like, what are you doing?
Are we so glad they aren't doing this with Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh God, it's like, oh
Oh,
man,
sorry. I have the Barone the floor that actually sends cards, doesn't destroy them. Oops.
or like, oh no, I don't have the Synchro Barone. I have like the Xyz Barone or something. It's like, which is made basically with the same.
And I feel like I'd rather deal with a rank 10 Barone than a level 10 Barone, if you ask me.
I mean, fair, but it's like, what? I this it just kind of weirds me out. This like the first time I actually genuinely hear about this game. Like it's unfortunate. The first time I hear about this game is that they kind of misled their audience
Right. But look, check out my special Ghost Rare Link 3 access code talker.
Oh my. Okay. Uh, good luck, altered. I guess that's the best way I can say
Yeah?
it. You know, I think it's going to be interesting when they then release another set, and then it's like, all right,
Like, this is happening set 5. Like, what the like, what when set 6 gets announced? Like, alright, guys, we need a bit more scratch.
you know, like they said like their like point is 2.5 million. Like let me read this again. All these important steps have a fixed cost currently budgeted at 2.5 million. It says per set. The figure is a very concrete amount. Is the total required to fund a complete new set plus the operation of our ecosystem under healthy conditions. Okay, so what happens when there aren't healthy conditions? You know, what happens when like, you know, the price of funding goes up, or
Yeah.
you know, economic turns happen, right? It's like that money is now going to go up. It's like a lot can happen in 3 months. So to be like, oh, you know, hey man, like they go back and it's like, all right, you need 2.5 million. Okay, it's cool. And it's like, oh no, actually, here's what's happened. We actually need 3.5 million.
And you lost us. Good day.
Like that's also that's really just the other part too. Is like the fact. It's not the fact that like okay, being honest, like, hey, listen, we kind of need this there. But them going like, why did you set the goal to 500K and saying, uh, it confuses that the keen artists secure necessary funding.
It was an inspirational goal.
So we were attempting to hide. Unfortunately, led to reception, we attempted to hide the true costs. Which it didn't lead to reception. You did that.
You did.
And completely valid. You certainly apologize for this feeling. Completely validate your frustration. Wait, validate our frustration? What does that mean, dog? Wait a second. It's like
We understand that we understand. Look, all right. I know we've had a big fight. I understand that you're sad about me cheating on you. So, anyways,
yeah, I'm sorry. It's true.
yeah, I cheated. I did cheat on you.
I
Yeah.
did have sexual relations with that woman. I'm sorry. The
No, they didn't say I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, we apologize. It's like, it's a little hollow there.
the 50K figure is a symbolic threshold, a standard crowdfunding best practice used to build early momentum and avoid discouraging backers with a seemingly unattainable final number.
No, it's not.
Like, like I get like to be absolutely clear about attention needs, ensure that 50K does not actually reach the crowdfunding target. The method of operation is specific to crowdfunding campaigns, yet we are in a very different distribution scenario. The intention was not to manipulate, but to follow best practices to ensure a reassuring community movement at the start of the campaign.
Then why are you crowdfunding?
Where we went wrong was in failing to make this logic explicit from the start, particularly in a context where trust surrounding TCG funding is absolutely critical. We take full responsibility for this communication error. It's like, will every set going forward require 2.5 million to ensure the game's content continuity? This critical question is entirely understandable and we want to be straightforward. Yes, for the foreseeable future, a similar scale will be required to fund the game and the structure that allows it to exist. This is the economic reality of running
Oh,
independent international TCG operation. However, we do not want this objective to be to represent an ultimatum or a recurring source of anxiety. Altered must not become a constraint without issue, neither for community nor for us.
that second statement feels a little contradictory with the rest of the page, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Altered TCG fans. The game developers are a bunch of gaslighting boyfriends. I'm sorry. You need to break. You need to break up. I don't mean to put pressure on our relationship. However, let me be absolutely clear. I do need you to wash the dishes every single day,
like
or we will separate.
the long-term sustainable model we're trying to develop with TCG as follows: to establish a reliable pre-order threshold, compliant players and LGS orders that allows us to fully fund the development and production of a set and guarantee the product's long-term sustainability. To define a clear path where eventually a portion of our costs is covered and or supported by other sources, partnerships, merchandising, and distribution deals. This strategy is essential to move us away from constantly operating on a razor's edge financially. Okay. What happens if we don't reach 5 million? If the total funding from the Game Foundation pre-orders does not allow us to reach the necessary level of funding, we assure you that we will not shut down operations overnight. First, we analyze the situation, internally and evaluate all potential viable options. If, following this analysis, it appears that we cannot sustainably continue altered, GameFound backers will be fully funded, retailers and pre-orders will also be protected. We will communicate the decision to you as quickly as clean as possible, and we'll offer to write the epilogue of the altered journey together. We'll offer to write the epilogue of the altered together. This scenario is one we wish to avoid, but we felt it was crucial to inform you of this possibility with full transparency so that you too can have your say in the process. Just like you, we love Altered and we wish to continue the adventure alongside you. Oh, there's so much
We
to
won't
unpack.
shut down, but it's like we won't shut down immediately. However, we will be very sad about it, and we will probably be sending you all some emails.
Yeah, it's like we won't shut down immediately. We will, like, could you imagine if they didn't hit that goal in 8 minutes and 57 seconds?
Right.
If they had to, if that, like, they hit the goal, everything was cool. Like that's sort of just utterly comprehensive. It's like, why would you do that? Like somebody that's crazy because like then that means that somebody on the team had to actually like go and look at what happens. Like, dude, we are not being truthful.
Right.
It's like they saw the number they had raised. It's like, dog, we're not gonna hit. That's not a good line. It's like, well, actually, okay, what did you put out? I was like, 50K. Dog, what are you talking? 50K.
Like what?
Like,
Dude, that's like 2% of what we need.
like, well, no worries. They beat it in like minutes and they overfunded. We're now have like what would like 100? What would be like 1,000%? What would be like 1,000% of 50K?
1,000%, like 500.
Yeah, we had 500, like 500K. You're at 500K. You're like within like 4 or 5 days of the goal, and it's like, well, it's still cutting it close because the shops still haven't dropped their orders. And you're like, dude, even if we did, like, someone had to probably crunch the numbers. For like, okay, even if we did get the shops in, we still will be cutting it dangerously close. And we are kind of lying to our player base. So, and we are in fact lying to our player base. We need to let them know, hey, this is actually what we really want to do. Like, I wish they had figured it out before, like, because that was just feels like you just kind of got scammed into trying to over sustain this
Right.
card game. Like, there's so much
It,
to
it's a
unpack.
it's a telethon that never ends.
And now it's like in like another 3 or 4 months, where you then have to make another set with your card text generated cards.
Look, I know with your guys' support, we managed to keep Sesame Street on the air However, in order for Elmo to survive the winter, we need another 2.5 million euros. What are we doing here? Look, I'm just saying, Gate Ruler is funded by a piece of string and a dream.
Game rulers, like piece in a dream, like I like it's even crazy because like what, like it can't be like honestly like they're independent. There's a whole different thing to being independent as to being like say like a Hasbro or a Bushy Road or a Bandai, whereas like yeah you've probably got like in-house super printers
Yeah,
and like you basically like uh, go around the world and get like your paper in bulk for cheap, and like your margins are so like big compared to that. It's like yeah, we can sustain pretty much anything. Like it would have to be colossal flop, and it's like
right.
then you have the problems like okay, what happens when you drop a now here comes the big question. What happens when you drop a terrible set?
They combust.
Like I saw first off, I found out that one of the TCG Buzz is actually like back to making videos again. So that's one thing. Secondly, they did a video talking about the worst card sets. And while I disagree with them with their Vanguard choice, I think they do kind of like point out a good things like, yeah, no, this is there's some red flags here that are very much like you now have to especially make sure that the set is good.
Yep.
Because if it's not, people aren't gonna really spend that money next time.
You kind of just have like every shot has to hit.
It was like you so like
Which,
they say we don't want to live on the razor's edge, but it's like you kind of are. Especially by having a PR nightmare such as this. It actually is just like you like if I'm an I'm an outside player looking in, I'm looking at this, I'm just like, dog, what are you doing?
right. I feel like I would just if I like if you want to do something like this, right? I would have said the 500K,
Yeah, it's like
and then just go like we're betting on like local game source to carry the rest, and just making that clear.
yeah. If you did something like that, it's like, hey, 500K, and then we'll look at the local game stores to kind of carry the rest because they, obviously they have the more money. Right. Again, 500K, bam, that's what you should have done. At least like 300K. So a number bigger than 50K would have been any number bigger than 50K would have been sufficient to be like, hey, listen, this is because at least be more closer up front to the actual goal. 50K looked like chump change to everybody. 50K, oh, without doubt, I'll throw a good $200.
Yeah,
I'll throw 100. I'll throw like 5 in there. Like you just get money anything because they're like, oh shoot, that's cheap as hell to get that set rolling. Only for you to then lie about that. Like I know it's like we just like the time we kind of brought this up, but it's still important. You cannot lie about what you need as a plan to supply a game like this, and then let your entire play base know 3 days before it ends to be like, okay, actually, that's not true. We didn't need 50K. We need 2 or 5 million. Like, 1,000 is different than a million.
Also, if you guys could all go to your local game stores to tell them to pre-order the set we haven't fully funded yet, please, that'd be great. Which raises some other concerns. Like, wait. You don't have the set yet, and you want locals to just invest money into a product that doesn't exist?
To invest money off of goodwill when you're in a game, in a genre inside a bubble where
Bro,
games
LGS
are,
margins are already razor thin. What do you mean you want them to buy an idea?
and then we're also in a bubble right now. I guess a
Right.
bubble where there are literally, we just literally talked about 2 new card games dropping with the big IPs with IPs behind them, Cyberpunk and Nichi Sanji of all things. And you want us to, we like, if your shop creator knows any ball about VTubers, they're like, you know what, Nichi Sanji's gone through it, but they still probably make more money than Altered.
Yeah.
Like if there's a Cyberpunk
Like
card game,
Niji Sanji is still like huge in Japan. Not
yeah, it's like if there's an English version of Nichi Sanji, I'd rather go for that because at the very least I can sell a VTuber. I don't know how to
Yeah.
sell this. Like that's why like the current state of the card game market is so hard, because if you're not a IP that has lasted as long as at least Card by Vanguard, you have to have
You're in trouble.
a normal intellectual property behind it, because there's so many IP based games now. This isn't like 2015 or even 2019, where it's
Like,
like,
I feel like Alter would have popped off if it came out in like 2022 at the height of the NFT craze.
oh my god.
I mean, that's what the game functionally is, right? Let's be real. This is a late stage NFT card game.
Like I think it's crazy how like I don't know, man. I don't... Good luck, Altered.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you make it out of this.
I mean, I'm looking at their YouTube channel and it's dire. Like, there's like nothing on here. except like one YouTube ad with 2.8 million views. This is on YouTube ad.
Man, okay.
I mean, not even like the TCG bubble, right? The global economy is kind of like perpetually like 2 months from AI induced global collapse.
Yeah.
Like any minute now, we are all going to be eating rice and beans for the next month.
Yep, like I can, like, man, I actually, like, it's so crazy because like, oh, I can actually just not even I don't think I can ever actually I don't know what I was trying to say. Um I can't even that's it. I can't even update my computer no more because freaking, like, how I do it when it's like, man, uh how can I do it when like the AI bubble is just pretty much like taking all the RAM and the GPUs, CPUs, and
You're right.
ABCs and just like increase their price because they need it. It's like, dog, I can't if I can't sell, like, what are we doing here? If I can't sell my product, because the person can't buy it, eventually I will just lose money.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense. And it's like you're chasing a unicorn that is heading towards a cliff and is not turning around. And if you get close enough and that unicorn makes a hard left, you can't actually you will not be able to turn around in time to prevent from dropping off the cliff with it. Like we kind of just went to a whole like other tangent here, but that's kind of like the state that Altered, in my opinion, is in. It's like you're like you are a Discord card game. You are a Discord card game trying to make it off the good graces of your player base, who at any moment could lose their job, their money, have to spend more money, so they have to cut out of spending of things they want. And if it's just like you probably will not have it. It's and then the way you handle this is like, yeah, eventually,
And worse to trust.
yeah, like you didn't shatter the trust, but it's like that's not a good. It's not gonna work next time.
No. You blew it. Or at least hopefully you didn't blow it, but it's kind of seeming that way.
All right. Well, I think we're done here. We've kind of repeated everything we can say.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I think we're pretty much done with the podcast.
I think so, yeah.
What the?
We are never ending this podcast on a positive note, are we?
I mean, I didn't expect us to go through on that gigantic,
Altered tangent.
yeah. It just kind of like caught us off guard, which is how utterly ridiculous it
I
got.
feel like it's my fundamental problem. Like me and like card games in general, right? It's like, man, this seems kind of neat. And then I find that one thing every goddamn time. And it's like, well, you know what? Time to drive a knife in. Like, not even intentionally. I just keep walking into it. Man, this seems kind of cool. And then and then it's like, oh, and the unique cards you say, oh, I cannot send this anymore. Time for you to die. One day. Like one day when I encounter a card game where I'm just completely hunky dory on it. Not today.